Are you in on the Tyreek Hill MVP discussion? Like, do you think this has merit, or is this like all Dak now that you're a Cowboys fan and he beat the Eagles last night?
Dak's got a lot of momentum going his way right now. He's been on fire. But listen, I mean, it's funny you brought that up because I was going to bring it up if you didn't. That Tyreek Hill deserves as much talk about the MVP as Christian McCaffrey, I think. And if you're going to go non-quarterback, because everybody in the world knows that Tyreek Hill. I mean, look, there's been injuries at the running back position in Miami. Jalen Waddle wasn't 100%. The one constant this whole time has been Tyreek Hill, and everybody in the world knows that he's the guy that you can't let beat you. I think if Miami finishes strong, he's got as much of an argument as, McCaffrey and the rest of the guys. But if Prescott doesn't slow down, I think he's in the driver's seat.
I think Dak's probably in the driver's seat as well. I think what's really interesting about Tyreek is like they usually vote for quarterbacks because the system flows through the quarterback in almost all cases. That's the argument for him, right? Like you pull that pin out and everything falls apart. But I think that's actually the argument for Tyreek, because Tyreek is moving the safeties and moving the linebackers so much in the motion and the way that he's manipulating the defense every single snap. It's not that different than a quarterback. And so if we're getting the quarterback so much credit for generating the system around them, I think Tyreek has the same argument, and far more than McCaffrey. I mean, we've seen with Shanahan long enough that if it wasn't McCaffrey, he'd find some other way to run the same offense and get similar production. And I just think Tyreek has opened up so much in Miami, similar to a signal caller, that same thing that usually wins people MVPs behind center should be the same thing that gives him votes come whatever it is, January, when they vote on this thing.
I think a lot of it is just scheme and the fact that there's a lot of really good players in San Francisco, but you talk about Tyreek Hill and how much he individually is just, manipulating the opposing defense in that Miami offense. It's pretty crazy.
Omaha!